Hello, everybody. Welcome to 100 Days of Making Comics. This is CB Smallwood, the bootleg edition of 100 Days of Making Comics, where for whenever I can, I'll be writing, drawing, inking, coloring, lettering, doing something to further my goals to become a comic book artist, get a good portfolio together, and hopefully get a comic book finished within 100 days. And I can done tell you right now that's not the case, but we'll try. I think I will get a good portfolio together. I think I will get the comic book finished. I think I will be on my way to being a comic book artist. But as far as like the whole 100-day time span thing, that's not happening. That's not me being a negative Nancy. That's just me being honest. Let me wipe this lens. Sorry, just got to make sure it's clear there. Okay, so anyway, really wanted to do an update video. I really wanted to make sure they actually had something to show. And I've been really busy these past few weeks, with my new job and everything like that. Doesn't it seem like I always got some type of job situation going on where, something's happening, but whatever. This one in particular is very demanding of my time. I'll just put it that way because I work second shift, and pretty much that takes up your whole life because it's from 2 in the afternoon or evening to 10 at night. And it seems like, I just wake up, I go to work, and then when I get home, I go to bed. So that's pretty much my life. So anyway, I've been tinkering. This was one of the possible covers, and what I done with that is I fixed his face. I went ahead, and if you guys and gals remember, I did a test first with tracing paper of what his face could look like in shadow, and there it is. I think a colorist can pretty much tell what I was going for, and so they'll probably take and color that more. Now, as far as this actually being the cover, I don't know, but right now I'm really feeling this. I wasn't feeling it before because I felt like his face was just a little too friendly for my taste. It was missing some element of coolness, but now I'm starting to see it, and I really like that. And I think once this would be inked, it'll pop just a little bit more. And certainly once it's colored, I think it's going to look really cool because you have to remember this is going to be orange. So this is going to pop out with the blacks and stuff. Half of the face will be shaded. His skin tone is gray, and these things right here are red. This is going to be a gray arm, and this armor is kind of purplish. It's purplish looking armor, and this gun is make believe. And you got the moon. So anyway, I tinker with this. I'm liking this cover a lot better than how it was before. So I've got 19 pages, and it's really thick there. See that? And just pretty cool, huh? The only bad thing about this is I've flipped through this, and I want to say that the first 6 or 7 pages is pretty strong. I mean, there's some things that I probably need to fix in those first 6 or 7 pages that I do need to fix. But overall, if I didn't fix those things, they would be fine for print. I mean, you could get away with it. But now, pretty much half of this book, or a little over half of this book, I'm going to have to do a lot of work once I get overall finished. A lot of times, let me find a page like this page right here. You've seen this page before. right? This looks pretty good, but there's going to be some things that I need to go in and really tighten up, if you know what I mean. Um, because I just, I don't like things looking kind of out of whack. And sorry, I'm kind of moving this thing all over the place. So that's not a real good positive to have all these pages that I'm gonna have to work on. But um, I don't mind that because I did that on purpose. Because I kind of sound like I'm a little bit fake here, but I did that on purpose because I wanted to produce quantity of pages because I feel like it's easier for me to go back and fix stuff and make stuff work. And now my goal is, now that I got the bulk of those pages, that once I get the 24 page, once the book is penciled, like I've got all my layouts and stuff done, I'm going to go back in, and my goal is to make sure that I have this type of quality. This to me seems like quality. It's not perfect. It's not perfect. Like as far as like the dimensions, this is a pretend gun anyway, so I should get a little bit of leeway. But even as a pretend gun, there's still some things about it that kind of look a little wonky. But overall, I think this cover, or this potential cover, I think the pencils on this should reflect more on the interiors, and so that's my goal. I want to make sure that this and this reflects the totality of the whole of the book, because I've got all the time in the world to work on this comic, and so there's no excuse for me to half it, So anyway, let me talk about this new page here. I pretty much did everything that I could with page 19 without losing my mind, because I was drawing a lot of things that I typically don't draw a lot of, and so it was really mentally challenging for me. And so now this will be potentially page 20, and I was trying to find some things to use as reference or inspiration or whatever. I'm not going to lie, but just wasn't happening. But here we go. Shucks, I'm going to knock the tripod, whatever this thing is. I'm going to knock it over. But here's the scheme of it. So in page 19, one of the survivors of the Wildcat skirmish makes his way to downtown, and he makes his way to this doctor's office to see this doctor. Now this doctor, the way that I'm writing it so far, is a crooked doctor. He's kind of he's got his hands on a lot of different things, and politics and stuff like that, and he's kind of really representative of a lot of things that happen in my hometown. So I'm going to cram a lot of that stuff into this character. So this is the doctor, and what I want to do is kind of like a lot of Sin City look, a lot of noir type stuff on this page. His office is in dark. He's got his blinds. These are blinds. You can't really tell, but I know what they are, so that's the reason I did it that way. Desk lamp, slight illumination of his silhouette, and a few odds and ends on his desk. And he's just sitting there listening. He's got a cigarette sitting there. Here's this guy. He's got his hands pressed on the desk. He's like, you got to listen to me, like, my guys are dead. They're all dead, and blah 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 blah. I need you to call in the heavy hitters. I need some big guns. Blah blah blah. And here the main boss. He's getting ready to pick his cigarette back up again, take another puff, and you know, he's talking about like, hey, you think it's one of those freaks on the news and stuff like that. Blah 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 blah. And you know, he might be asking him about something else. I have to think it out a little bit better. And trust me, I think I write fairly decent, you know, dialogue. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So then we get to a shot here of the bad guy who escaped from Wildcat, and he's, you know, just kind of bouncing off whatever the boss bad guy's talking about. And then the boss bad guy's taking a puff of cigarette, and I thought that it'd be interesting where everything's in dark here, that the cigarette where he's inhaling, that you would see a lot of the red embers, and maybe I'll have like a couple of red embers fall. Anyway, so he's doing that. He's inhaling, and he's talking, and he turns on his desk lamp or whatever, and then you see kind of like his face, like it's sort of like a reveal. But this, as far as like big reveals, I think this is kind of bad, the way I did it. I thought about making this whole bottom panel like this type of reveal, a little bit bigger close up, but I've kind of used up, in my opinion, the 4-panel ratio of storytelling, you know, because the fewer panels you got, the bigger, the more details that you can put in, and the bigger you can make things. But I'm getting to page 20 now in the story, and there's a lot that I want to tell in the story in the first issue, and I'm running out of space, so I need more panels. And so unfortunately, I kind of feel like the big reveal of the Doctor may end up being something like that. Of course, I could do a whole different page layout to where it works out better. How does George Perez do it? I don't know, but he does it awesome. So that's pretty much where I'm at. Thankfully, this week, if everything works out okay, I'll have like several days off. Like it's just weird school business that you know, that I get off as a janitor and that sort of thing. And so my goal is to really try to crank out some more some pages and some layouts like this, and to be super productive. I'm not going to say or promise that I'm going to have it finished within that time, but I want to get as much done as humanly possible, because we're getting close to, I think this might be, when this video uploads, this might be day 89 or 90. So I only got roughly 10 days, 10 video uploads left to finish this thing. And I really like to finish my 100th upload of my botch challenge with a bang. So anyway, that's where I'm at. I want to have some more cool stuff for you for in the next video. I appreciate you just taking the time to watch. Sorry that that's not more exciting and all this other stuff. Gosh, I haven't really had time to write everybody back. This took the time to give me really thoughtful replies and stuff like that, so I apologize. Again, I will try to get back to you. Time to end the video, folks. We're getting close to that 15-minute mark, so you know what that means. So if you like this video, if you want to support it, please remember to give it a thumbs up or whatever, you know, like the video. And if you really want to support my channel and stuff like that, please remember to subscribe and follow, so you'll be kept up to date to all my latest videos that I got coming out with and all this other stuff. As always, this is CB Smallwood, and guess what? You've been watching 100 Days of Making Comics. And I will see you guys and gals in the next video.